Hey everybody, I'm back. Alright, let's see, what else needs to be done? Alright.
A hedgehog has spikes to protect its soft underbelly. What about you? Come on. You can admit it. You lash out at anyone who gets too close because you're afraid of intimacy, right?
My carefully crafted facade lies in tatters. You have unmasked me. I am tormented by my comfortable, luxurious golden solitude. Incidentally, comparing me to a hedgehog was rather charming. From now on, you can call me that if you like.
Okay, let's go deal with Willidus now. There it is.
dream. Please, help me, someone! Save me!
What the fuck was that? What?
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
God damn it. Why?
business. It's your time to cease to exist.
Arit, see, go! Arit, see, go!
I got this.
Arit, see, go!
Fuck you.
Soot is restless. I wonder
Esmo,
why.
axe, yes. Esmo, 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 axe, yes.
Alright, here we go. A hunt is a clash between the hunter's cunning and the shrewdness of the prey. When the prey expects a trap, the hunter's acumen is put to the test in trying to subvert such expectations. Willidus has proven he understands this fundamental principle. The commander bursts through the front door and freezes. For all the tales about the mansion supposedly becoming a citadel, no one is there to assault the unwanted guests. There are no flying arrows, no chilling battle cries, and the expensive furniture hasn't been turned into makeshift barricades. The commander and his companions carefully examine the luxurious antechamber. There are two doors leading deeper into the mansion. One bears a symbol of a mirror, and the other the symbol of a knife. There is a bloody pigeon feather in front of the doors and a note that contains two words: "Welcome, assassin." The commander recalls that the bloody feather is the symbol of Shax, the Blood Marquis. This demon lord is infamous for luring his victims into labyrinths full of deadly traps. The door slams shut loudly behind him. The commander... Is that even possible at this point? The commander is amazed to discover that there is a rock monolith behind the door, dashing his hopes of escape. The creator of this trap took pains to make sure any unwanted guests would not escape unscathed. Since there seems to be no other way, the commander opens the door with the knife symbol. They say that pets reflect the character and disposition of their owners. If this is true, then the lord of the mansion has a truly cruel and perverse disposition. The commander enters a spacious cellar filled with scattered bones and cages. All of them are wide open, and the creatures they once contained are freely roaming the room. They've all come from different planes. Some are monsters, some are mere animals, some are intelligent species, yet all of them shamble around aimlessly. They pant loudly, and drool drips from their slack jaws and open mouths. Their horribly mutilated and scarred heads provide evidence as to the reason for this behavior. A merciless surgeon has opened their skulls and taken out most of their brains, leaving only the bits that govern the most base instincts, such as hunger. And these creatures are very hungry indeed. The commander decides to slip past the monsters. These monsters have lost most of their brains and therefore most of their mental acuity. Sneaking through the shadows and hiding behind the massive cages, Reynard quietly gets past the roaming monsters without attracting their attention. 3 doors lead from this dark cellar, and its oppressive stink of blood and decay. The commander decisively reaches out for the one marked with the symbol of a mirror. Stepping through the doorway, the commander suddenly feels nauseous, and an icy chill runs across his skin. His intuition screams that he has just passed through an interplanar portal, and he instantly loses all sense of direction and balance. It seems the rooms of this mansion occupy different layers of reality, and these portals unite them into an elaborate labyrinth, where a single wrong turn is enough to lose one's way entirely. Greed and arrogance are traits inherent to almost all demons, and the lord of the mansion seems eager to prove himself without equal in the indulgence of both these vices. The door leads into a magnificent sitting room. It hasn't been furnished in a manner indicative of tasteful refinement. The lamp reflections sparkle on the gilded furniture. The floor is covered in elaborate mosaics. The shelves are full of expensive trinkets. As if all this luxury wasn't enough, the whole room is reflected back again in the giant mirror that covers the entire ceiling. As soon as the commander enters, the mirror's surface ripples, starting to bubble, bulge, and ooze like molasses. It sends its sticky tendrils towards the outsiders, and a single touch from those appendages pierces the flesh with a sepulchral chill. Commander looks around, searching for cover. After a quick, thoughtful glance at his reflection, Reynard hides under a spindle-legged coffee table. As soon as his reflection disappears from the glittering surface of the mirror, the disoriented tentacles start lunging blindly in different directions, unable to locate their prey. Hidden from the watchful eye of the monster, the commander sneaks towards the exit. There are 3 doors that lead out from the room occupied by the strange carnivorous mirror. The commander decides to open the one bearing the symbol of a tooth-filled maw. Everyone makes mistakes. The difference between an amateur and an expert is simply that the expert knows how to hide those mistakes in some deep, dark hole. It seems the commander has found the place where the lord of this mansion hides his mistakes. The walls of this room are splattered with blood up to the ceiling, and the floor is shaped like a funnel. There is a stand for steel poles with bloody hooks at their ends. Gravediggers use such tools to drag dead plague victims into their corpse carts. With a sudden click, the stone floor turns to ice, causing the commander to slip and slide down toward the giant gap in the center of the room, where it is now possible to discern a maw. It is a giant round mouth with hundreds of long, sharp teeth, a massive throat, and the staggeringly foul odor of hundreds and hundreds of decaying corpses. This maw is a gigantic corpse eater, which gorges itself on the results of failed and unsuccessful experiments. The commander runs away, climbing up the slippery stones. Even though the floor is extremely slippery, Reynard manages to find barely perceptible grooves that can be used to climb back up, away from the horrible maw. Down below, the giant jaws snap hungrily, spewing thick spittle across the floor. Carefully stepping from one icy stone to another, the commander makes his escape towards the room's exit. 3 doors with different symbols lead from the monster's lair. Upon reflection, the commander decides to open the one bearing the symbol of a full moon. The commander enters a magnificent bedroom and ends up knee-deep in a seemingly bottomless pile of soft blankets, fuzzy rugs, plump feather beds, and other covers of all sorts and shapes. They allure and promise the sweetest dreams, if only Reynard would lie down and close his eyes. It's a dangerous temptation. Anyone who allows these fluffy killers to put them to sleep won't wake up ever again. They will crawl over their victim, piling up around them, and then suffocate and smother them to death. Carving through a feather bed with his blade, the commander sees glistening flesh, and a thick ichor oozes out from the rend in the fabric. Yet no book has ever mentioned such strange, bizarre creatures. Commander decides the best decision would be to start a fire and escape from the room using the flames as a distraction. The lamp that the commander has torn from the wall explodes and burning drops of oil rain down on the rugs, setting them alight in seconds. Soon the entire bedroom is aflame. Rugs and blankets writhe in agony like living creatures. They crack and burst open, spewing hot blood. The sickly sweet smell of charred meat fills the room. Trapped in the terrible fire, Reynard keeps his nerve and discovers a route to safety while avoiding the scorching flames. 3 doors with different symbols lead from the master bedroom. The commander decides he would rather take his chances behind one with a boiling cauldron. The commander walks into an enormous kitchen. There are massive cauldrons with shiny polished sides, and a tiny green flame flickers within a magical oven. The aroma of delicious spices beckons from the countless cupboards and shelves that line the walls. However, as soon as the commander enters the room, the cauldron's lids fly up in the air, blown off in powerful explosions. A nasty grayish-pink slime oozes out of the open cauldron, swelling up like dough. The slime flows down onto the floor, gathering up into massive clotted clusters, which then begin to crawl towards the commander. Reynard has never seen or read about such creatures before. It is reasonable to suggest that this was the outcome of a complicated and perverted magical experiment. This carnivorous slime was captured in a cave, subjected to magical transformation, and fed entirely with brain tissue. Commander decides to burn the monster in the magical oven. It's not easy to operate the oven. Reynard mistakenly activates a magical sigil that transforms the oven into a fiery altar ready to consume the entire plane. The oven's walls manage to contain the roaring heat inside for a moment, but then they burst open, releasing a fiery tornado that leaves nothing but ash and ruin in its wake. The slime boils and vaporizes in a matter of seconds. When the inferno dies down at last, the entire kitchen is filled with the twisted remnants of corrugated metal scattered across the molten stone of the still smoking floor. Reynard quickly uses the magical sigils controlling the oven to turn the small fire into a roaring green flame. Reynard hides behind it and lures the slime right into the open oven. The monster fails to perceive the threat of fire and crawls inside, instantly beginning to bubble and boil. In a matter of moments, all that remains of the creature is a suffocating stench that still hangs in the air. After meticulously examining the food on the undisturbed shelves, the commander decides to rest. He takes an opportunity to recuperate and bandage his wounds. It is thinking ahead rather than rushing forward recklessly that separates able tacticians from those who rashly press on and perish. 2 doors lead from this kitchen, where it is apparently easier to be eaten than to eat. The commander chooses the one that is marked with the symbol of a blazing fire. The commander finds himself in a long stone passage. No traps are triggered by his careful steps, yet at the end of the passage his vision grows blurry. The illusion of safety falls apart like a house of cards, revealing an endless fiery field, ashen volcanoes, rivers of lava, and magmatic volcanoes. Hot wind scorches his face. It is not difficult to conclude that this deadly place is the elemental plane of fire. Ash and volcanic rock tremble beneath the commander's feet, but walking on it seems safe enough for now. The only escape route is the distant three-way arch of rough-hewn stone containing the 3 familiar doors. However, in order to reach it, the commander must find a way past the river of fire, in which tiny islets of porous stone are just barely visible. The river spews out tongues of roaring flame that land on the banks and crystallize into dark glass. As a result, both banks of the river have become steep, jagged cliffs of obsidian. The commander has nothing left to do but... get to the other side by jumping from islet to islet. Reynard spots several tiny islets in the river of lava, deftly jumps from one to another, avoiding the scorching caress of the boiling magma. He manages to reach the other side of the fiery river and climbs up the steep slope. After reaching the stone portals, the commander has to decide which of the 3 doorways to enter. Eventually he settles on the one with the symbol of a rod. The door doesn't budge. The commander forces it open with his weight and enters the same hall where this dangerous expedition first began. The cozy, comfortable setting in no way hints at the nightmares that awaited the commander inside the mansion. The door outside is wide open, and through the doorway dark figures can be seen clutching weapons. All of this was nothing but a warm-up. The final, decisive battle is still to come. The commander prepares for a fight as he steps outside the accursed mansion. The leader of this gang of demons is grotesquely disfigured, even by the standards of the Abyss. Disproportionately large and bloated head rests on a tiny disformed body covered in bumps and furrows, like a shriveled walnut. What seems at first to be a mane of hair standing up on end is revealed upon closer inspection to be bone needles sticking out from his pale, blistered skin. Where the mouth should be, there is instead a bony plate, formed from yellowing teeth that have grown together. It protrudes out from his torn, lacerated lips. His voice appears to come from a slobbering, undulating hole in his neck just beneath his chin. More bloody larvae showing up at my palace. I'm getting very tired of these visits. What a freak. Even I feel somewhat conflicted. Would killing this creature be an act of cruelty or mercy? I do not wish to show mercy to the scum that set me up. Who are you? You don't even know who you've decided to challenge. Let these words herald your imminent death, outsider. I am Willidus, the wizard confidant and advisor to the Lady in Shadow. I am also known as the Vivisector. So many words. I'll simply call you a corpse. Less impressive sounding, perhaps, but easy to remember. Why did you turn your house into a trap? I was expecting assassins, and therefore I prepared a warm welcome for such guests. I trust that you appreciated my vivarium. When I'm finished with you, you'll become a new decoration for my palace, and another test for those who follow you. You will be mine. Some of you will be mindless pets, and the more attractive ones, I may use you to meet other needs. Did you create the monsters I found in the mansion? You call them monsters, silly boy. What can you possibly know about it? Those are masterpieces of vivisection. Impossible creations conceived not by nature, but born of my scalpel, needle, and magic. They are crudely and clumsily constructed. You lack creative vision and artistic talent. You may have labored over them, but they look like the work of an amateur, not a true master. How dare you! I will chop you into pieces. I'll cut off your insolent tongue and sew it to your... I would be interested to see how a truly talented vivisectionist could alter my form, but my body is quite valuable. I'm not going to let such high-quality material go to waste in your hands. So who do you think wants you dead? My enemies are many and dangerous, and I could spend an eternity guessing. But there's no need for that. Once I've killed you, I'll soak your warm little brains in my concoctions and read the names of my enemies like tea leaves in their wrinkled patterns. And then I'll have a lovely dinner. Why did you put a hit out on Darazand and give Greybor a faulty magical weapon? Nonsense, why would I want that idiot dead? What possessed him to think I'm the one who put a hit out on him? And how dare you pathetic amateurs even think that a scheme of mine might possibly fail? If I truly wanted to kill Darazand, he'd be long gone. But no, I don't give a damn about anyone from that swarm of locusts. I expected such an answer. For some reason, whenever I corner these scoundrels and demand a reckoning, none of them are brave enough to own up to their crimes, and they never go quietly when I slit their throat. What do you think, Greybor? Usually I'm quite capable of detecting lies, but this ugly wretch is impossible to read. And why does it matter anyway? Even if he's not lying, we do well to get rid of him. He just tried to kill us in his mansion. Besides, will you ever sleep well knowing this monstrosity is alive somewhere? Don't worry, I'm the last guest you'll ever have. Soon we shall find out what your tiny, ridiculous, worm-eaten brain smells like. Kill him! I won't lie, I have been waiting for this moment. Tomorrow morning my reputation will be spotless once again. Sweet dreams.
I will resist! Disappear.
Bam, air, pretty.
Damn you! Ha! Honey. Ooh. F no. Honey. Ooh. F no.
The projection is that of a tall female demon. Unlike many of her kind, she seems slimmer and less stocky in build. Upon closer examination, you realize that her thinness is caused by extreme emaciation, which makes her look like a withered tree. The skin on her neck and wrists bears the marks of shackles, and her body is covered with flaming seals of Baphomet. Lowering her eyes, the demon addresses you quietly. Allow me to congratulate you. The short work you've made of Willidus proves you are a true professional. I am Horzala, and on behalf of the Assassin's Guild, I congratulate Greybor on completing this contract. You have fulfilled the order we received for Willidus's murder, and therefore you have the right to collect the bounty, even though you are not a guild member yourself. I am sure you also have many questions about what happened. I doubt our guild is hard to find. There is a notice board at its entrance where the assassination contracts are posted. Who are you? I am Horzala, Baphomet's daughter. A Horzala, not Hepsamira. She is my elder sister, and I doubt you're able to appreciate the true extent of my misfortune. I am also known in Alucionera as the assistant and right hand of Yaws, the head of the Assassin's Guild. Do you know what happened here? I may know a thing or two, but we should discuss these matters inside the guild, not in public. Who's going to overhear us? The corpses? Why don't you come here and speak to us face to face instead of projecting an illusion? Or are you afraid we won't like your answers and will make you join Willidus? We'll pay a visit to the Assassin's Guild soon. Thank you for your answer. The bounty awaits you. I'm not sure what reward awaits us, but I truly hope it's a considerable sum of gold, and not a meager payment served up at the end of a blade.
Let's make this quick.
The light. Take you.
Magritio, Turius.
Prepare yourself.
Aret, sì, go!
Don't worry about me.
This'll leave a bruise.
God damn it, now what? Seriously?
Victory is worth the pain.
Esmo, Axe, yes!
A bright future awaits us. I will help where I can.
On it, see, go!
Nenio, why are you trying to calculate the speed of a crowd of peasants chasing after a thief who stole a goose and 2 apples? Who needs to know that?
Oh, it is very important information. If I had known it at the beginning of the experiment, I would have abandoned the heavy goose right away.
Let's see what we can do. I can handle it.
Alright, let's go talk to Greybor. Perhaps I should thank you for your help. You assisted me in dealing with all of Yaz's schemes, even though you didn't need to do so. I am grateful for that. Your reputation has been restored. How do you feel? Don't panic. This will make people think twice before attempting to ruin my good name. But I'm grateful my companions didn't leave me to deal with this by myself, even though they had every right to do so. So while I am used to working alone, I appreciate a team I can trust. It's good to have someone who's got my back. Protecting one's honor is important. Who would we be without our reputation? Bunch of opportunistic scoundrels who'd be driven away from every door. A dishonorable life isn't worth a copper. What do you think of your membership of the Assassin's Guild Evolutionera? I think this position rightfully belongs to me. This guild is not as infamous as the Red Mantis, the legendary fanatic assassins who perceive their victims as offerings to their god Achekek, or the silent monks of Anaphexia who guard some kind of secret knowledge and murder anyone who dares to touch it. but its name still means something to the discerning client. Alushanira is a crossroads between several different planes, and Yaz's assassins work not only in the Abyss and on Calarian, but also in many other interesting places. The fact that I was accepted into this society is undeniable proof of my professionalism. I am grateful that you did not insist on the exclusivity of our contract, but allowed me to reap the benefits of my hard work. I think everything is clear now. You've been a good employer. I'm glad I made this contract with you. Man suddenly stops and presses his hand to his mouth. The human half of his face drains of color, while the scaled half acquires a yellowish tinge. A thick black drop of something seeps out of his eye and rolls down his cheek, leaving a dark streak. I'm fine. I guess Savamalek is closer than I thought. There are so many demons here. Why do I sense this one in particular? You are definitely not fine. What's wrong with you? Must have eaten something that did... Alright, there's no point in hiding it. It's definitely because of Savamalek. I don't just feel where he is, it's like I'm being ripped to pieces from the inside. Like every inch of my body is on fire. When it happened the first time, I thought I was a goner, but I'm still alive, for now, and I'm ready to break that demon's neck. You know, I had to eat a rotten rat once. Right now, I feel like I've just eaten a dozen of them. So Savamalek is in the upper city. Hold on, we'll find him. Savamalek is here, close. Sooner we find him, the better. I don't understand. I haven't been affected by his ritual. Then why? Damn it. I'll run straight into his open arms if it'll only make this stop. Ugh. Really?
Are you still here?
Desna, guide my hand.
Into the fray!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Rely on me.
Anik, oh, Efna!
The Inheritor, guide my blade! No glory without risk!
How did I do that much damage with a magic missile?
Mind over muscle.
Lan drops to his knees, his breath coming in rattling gasps. He looks at you, trying to say something, black liquid bubbling on his lips. His human eye has turned white, and something viscous and black slowly trickles from it, like tears. Well, I think we found Zabamalek's lair. I don't think your body can handle this. Are you sure you're able to fight the demon? I can manage. I don't know what'll happen when I go in, but I won't be a burden. Ever. If I can't walk, I'll crawl to him and gnaw on his ankles. Or at least bite his toes off. You've always been a good-looking guy, Lan, and this war paint just adds to your appeal. What is this gunk oozing out of you? It's just my black humor finally taking physical form. Pay no attention. Suck it up and let's go. Let's finish him. I will fight. I'm ready. If not for this, then for what, right? If I kill him now, the mongrels won't have to suffer. Ever again. If this was a rehearsal of my death, I'd rather die fighting that fiend than die like this.
Together, we stand.
This war must end.
You are my favorite aide.
Trust in yourself.
You require my unbiased opinion?
I shall not be swayed from my path.
What's going on here?
No reason to pause.
Adayana. Adayana. Adayana.
We'll win this, one way or the other. Beautiful.
The demon's grim figure, which resembles a skeleton with glossy skin stretched over it, hovers above you. A sea of eyes glitter hungrily in the darkness. The mongrels have been trained well, and they make not a sound as they await their master's order to attack. Child, you have finally come to me. It took you such a long time to find your father's home. I called and called. I started to think you couldn't hear my call, couldn't feel my touch. But I see that you do. Your body reacts to my presence. Black tears shed for a great sin. You mean my poison has penetrated deep within you. Lan, that's your name, isn't it? I accept you, my prodigal son. I will accept you if you want to join me. How do you want to be initiated? With my poison and the flesh of the innocent like all of your kin to build your strength? Or will you let me thrust my stinger in you? This will either kill you or make you the greatest of all mongrels. Decide now while I, your father, am feeling benevolent. I'd rather die than serve you. And you are not my father, you freak. You know so little, you weak, pathetic mongrel. I made you. You are my creations and you will return to me. Lies. What do you mean you made them? Mongrels are descended from crusaders who were poisoned by demon filth. Yes, and I was that filth. I was the sweet poison that corrupted them. I'll tell you a story, my naive commander. A long, long time ago, when stupid mortals thought that one crusade would be enough, angels came down from heaven to fight among you. Quariel, a child of light, led a troop of crusaders deep into the wound. Shut up, you scum. They walked for many days and lost their way. The wasteland seemed a labyrinth to them, as if someone had confused them on purpose. They ran out of food and water. Despair and incredible, rabid hunger overtook them. Only Quariel kept going and demanded the same of them. And then one of the crusaders said, "He is a stranger, this angel. He is not one of us. If we kill and eat him, he won't be missed, and his holy flesh will give us the strength to get out of here. See how he walks so briskly without tiring. We will gain his strength." The other crusaders were terrified. The more their hunger tormented them, the more eagerly they looked upon Quariel. And one night in the darkness, they did what they had talked about. And the one who planted this idea in their heads dealt the first blow. And when the feast was over, I shed my crusader's guise and assumed my true form. I told them I was letting them go home, but that my brand, a brand of sin, would stay with them and their children forevermore. My poison would flow in their veins, and when I gave the order, they would come to me. You are lying. You are lying! So the mongrel ancestors weren't noble crusaders. They are fallen, sinners who committed a great and disgusting atrocity. They destroyed a child of light and do not deserve to see the sun, banished to darkness, doomed to starvation and deformity. The mongrels belong here, with me. Flesh imbued with my poison is the only food they need. Serving me is the only life they deserve. I don't believe you. You're just making this up. If I'm lying, why are you squirming before me now like a pathetic worm? You who has not touched my poison or been my servant. If I'm lying, whence the taste of blood and raw flesh on your tongue? Whence the hunger that is currently turning your guts inside out? Shut up. I'll kill you. I'll destroy you. I will. Your magic didn't affect Lan in the caves below Canabras, but now it's turning him inside out. What changed? Do you really think my powers are as crude as that? In the caves I summoned those I chose. Here I am calling to the blood of all my children. I'm calling to the sin of their ancestors. That old promise to return them to my side. No one can resist this call. And you, Commander, cannot resist the call of duty. This is why you are here and not in your fortress. Where did you get these mongrels from? Didn't you flee Neathholm alone with your tail between your legs? Oh, Commander, don't assume you are the only one with a loyal army. I've been gathering my children for years. Those who were thought to have been lost in the caves actually found their true home. See any familiar faces, Lan? Rulo, old Gorham? But it's not possible. They're supposed to be dead. They went missing when I was a kid. My poison doesn't kill mongrels, it gives them life. A long, long life. Those who remained in Dresden also deserve a long life, but what about you? Is this how you want to die? I'd rather die than obey you. Land, fight. It's just a demon. We've killed plenty before. You are stronger than this. I am. No, I can't. I let you down, Commander. I'm done. Finish me off. It's better this way. Didn't you promise me you would be able to fight? I didn't take you for a man who breaks his promises. Yes, and I promise to fight, as much as I can. Give me a minute, I'll get up. I can do it. I'll keep my word. Enough talking. It's time you paid for everything. Oh no, Commander. While I did receive mythic power from my master, I'm not in the mood to fight now. It's time for me to visit my children in Dresden, the city you abandoned. Without me, they are wandering in darkness. But I will give them power. Too bad you won't be able to follow me. We'll literally be worlds apart. No, you won't touch them. Kill me, but don't touch them. What are you talking about, my child? Of course I will kill you. Not personally, though. I will leave you in the capable hands of your kin. They may be few, but each of them is worth a dozen experienced soldiers. If you happen to survive, next time we meet I will have an army. Prepare to see even more familiar faces in it, Land.
Won't survive me.
No!
is useful to you.
It's a strange feeling. I ought to stop thinking about my tribe and fulfill my duty as a crusader, but I can't. I'm a mongrel, and I have a duty to the mongrels too. My heart is like my face now, split in two. My cold-blooded half tells me to forget about the tribe, but my human half is desperate to find a way back to Galeria. Until we do what the Queen sent us here to do, we can't leave this place, right, Commander? Tell me, I need to hear it. Are you alright? Right now, I'm fine. I don't even have a headache. But inside, that's another story. Why don't I just jump around a little? If anything's come loose inside me, it'll rattle. That way, we'll know if I need to run to a healer, or if it's too late. A chance to wash my face would be welcome. Or maybe I should leave it. I could scare off passing demons. Savamalek's presence alone had you writhing in agony just now. Will you be able to fight him when we catch up with him again? I don't know if I'll be able to handle him or not, but I have to try. It's a matter of honor. Do you think Savamalek was lying about your ancestors? I want to believe he's lying, but deep down I know it's true. Our deformities aren't a sign of the valor of our ancestors who fought in the wound and sacrificed themselves for the cause. Our deformities brand us as criminals. We're not underground crusaders, we're outcasts who belong in the caves, or in the abyss. I'll do anything to keep Saul and the others from finding out about this. I'll fight Savamalek and rip his vile tongue out. But that won't change the truth. We are cursed forever. We are not responsible for our ancestors' actions, but we are free to choose our own path. I don't know. I used to think so, but that was before I found out my people dismembered and devoured an angel. That's when my belief in our heroic past and radiant future hit a bit of a rough patch. So I'm sorry, I can't find it in me to agree with you. The only thing I know for certain is that Savamalek must die. Mongrels are safe in Dresden no matter what that demon said, and only we can carry out our mission here. You're right, there are plenty of people back in Dresden who will protect the mongrels. The Queen, Erebeth, Anivia. Yes, I'm going to trust in that. But even so, now it's personal. I will have to go back there and face that demon. We have to keep going, do what we came to the Abyss to do. There's no other way out. Yes, Commander. The sooner we finish here, the sooner we'll return to Dresden. Thank you for not abandoning me, and for your words. I'm going to make that demon regret the day he was spawned. That is my duty, and I will see it done, whatever it takes.
I finished here. Is there more?
Let's see what we can do. Here we go.
When you say that I'll never atone for what I've done, I think you're talking about yourself. It's your chance of redemption that you don't believe in, but I can change. So can you.
Are you joking? Now a demon's trying to tell me how to live my life? I've never met a bigger bunch of moralizers.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
Eh. Oh, hold on. Got something.
Beautiful!
Alright.
Yes. Efna. 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 Esmi. Axe. Yes. Esmi. Axe. Yes. Na. Orama. Na. Orama.
Lisano Daniel. Inimos, 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 travisi. Inimos, travisi. Inimos, travisi. Ona, Adriana.
See, deflection bonus.
Adayana. Adayana.
Yeah, that's probably good enough.
Ayana.
A handsome young man in a snow-white toga reclines in a plush armchair next to a table heaving with sumptuous food. Flowers are nestled in his blonde curls while gems sparkle on his half-bared chest. A boy sits on the floor before him, rubbing the soles of the man's feet with scented oil. The master of the house greets Arushale with a wave of his hand. Even the glittering rings cannot hide his black-scabbed fingers oozing with pus. There you are, my venomous butterfly, more beautiful than ever. I see that taking a stroll around the world of mortals did you some good. You're slimmer, and there's a healthy flush to your cheeks, just like a doll. And what is this? A souvenir from Galarian? A handsome one, isn't he? So fresh, so hale. You've barely used him, I see. My name is Reynard. Order your slave to keep quiet, my butterfly, or I'll order mine to serve up his tongue as my next meal. Speaking of meals, please sit, eat, and as I'm feeling magnanimous today, your mortal pet may also partake. Just look at this perfect table I've laid in honor of your coming. See these grapes? Every single one is gilded, and this wine from the ruins of Aslant is older than any living mortal, many demons, and even some of the gods. And last but certainly not least, behold our main course, a roasted drake. They eat us all the time, so why shouldn't we return the favor? Thank you. It's been a while since I saw you last, Demalchio. What happened to your hands? Don't you remember what these hands did at your behest? It seems the nature of the azata cannot contain all the freedom granted by the abyss without sustaining a little damage. But it's nothing. It barely hurts. Go on, eat. This is all for you. Or perhaps you'd prefer some human meat. Do you want me to serve him instead? Don't. I'd never had a taste for mortal flesh. Only mortal souls. You have managed to change yourself, Arushale, that's the main thing. And he betrayed himself. On a diet? Afraid of getting fat? Clever girl. You succubi must take very good care of your looks. It's not like you have anything else. And now, if you don't mind, I think I'll sample this fine repast. Demalchio, I've come to ask for forgiveness. I did this to you. I turned you into this. It's my fault. Fault? What are you on about, darling? I'm happy now, thanks to you. Who was I back in Elysium? A destitute good-for-nothing. All I did was flutter around, singing ditties, and now I've got everything I could dream of. Treasures, slaves, the very best grub. I sleep in comfort, and with whomever I want. They respect me in the city. I open my purse, and they prostrate themselves before me. All my enemies are gone now. What else is there to want? I'm happy. This isn't happiness. Is it not? That's news to me. If having all your dreams come true isn't happiness, then what is? Fine, let your mortal pet be the arbiter. You there, Kitsune, what say you? Am I happy or am I not? I feel sorry for you. That's a good one. This morsel of immortal meat takes pity on me. I buy and sell dozens of you every day. I remember what you were when I first met you. So brave, so kind, so inspired, and I ruined you. Forgive me. Bah, all you did was teach me what life is all about. I didn't find it amusing back then, but now I understand your valuable lesson. The old me would never have achieved what I have now. I didn't even have desires as such. What did I want? Justice? Freedom? Sugary froth and idealistic drivel. I should thank you for opening that milksop's eyes. Ah, enough. Stop that. It's making my head hurt. You want some music? Here's real music for you. Hey! Do you recognize those dresses? You wore the same one that night you dumped me for the first time. I bawled like a simpleton. But it doesn't matter anymore. I'm always merry now. Every time I bend one of them over, I picture your face that day. Hey, which of you is out of tune? Hey, you, what am I paying you for? To ruin my strings? Give yourself 20 lashes. I've tried to apologize, but you clearly don't need my apologies. Let's have it your way then. I just want you to know I wholeheartedly regret what I've done to you. Goodbye, Demalcio. I'm leaving, and this time for good. Sit down, you whore. You're not leaving this place again. You're mine by right, and you'll stay mine forever. That's enough. I don't want to kill you. There's no need to fight. Let's go our separate ways and not hurt each other anymore. Desna knows we've had enough of that already. Oh, I don't want to kill you either. I want to gouge out your eyes and fuck your eye holes. Then I'll perforate your tender skin and fuck every one of those holes too. Then I'll drill a hole in your head and... I haven't even begun to hurt you, bitch. I've dreamt of this day for so long. You, get them. Let me remind you what you've lost. No. No, I don't want to remember. Take the wench alive. You may eat the mortal right here. Get to it, you layabouts.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Make your peace.
I forget, does lay on hands remove confusion? Sickened, diseased, confused.
Good guys always win.
them! I will resist! Prepare yourself! Arti, go!
Passioni Savitur.
got this.
You're going nowhere, bitch. Nowhere. You're mine. Demalcio, I've renounced evil. Now I serve Desna, your former mistress. If she gave a succubus like me a chance, surely she can forgive you too. The path of ascension is difficult, but am I a toy to you? You send me to the abyss on a whim, then you change your mind and call me back to Elysium. Stuff your ascension up your... Arushale, my girl, my butterfly, enough of this nonsense. Do you want me to apologize? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say any of that. I missed you so much. I needed you so much. You're my only desire, my only dream. You alone. Poor thing. I wish we could help you. But you won't let us, will you? You would rather throw yourself on our blades than let us heal you. Poor, poor thing. Everything I've hoarded, the treasures, the slaves, it's all for you. Stay, I beg of you. I'll give you everything. It will all be yours. Just don't leave me. Please don't leave. You heard her, Demalcio. If you want to be with her, come back to the path of good. I don't take orders from you, mortal. Get up, Demalcio. That's enough. For the last time, repent. Either follow me on the path to Desna or get out of my way and let me go. It's like that, then. Then I would rather die than let you leave here alive.
Here comes trouble.
Guide my hand!
Lasciami servitù.
Forgive me, Demalcio. Forgive me, and farewell. Let's go, Reynard. There is nothing left for us here. I'm sorry it had to end this way. Thank you. I hoped I could make things right, but the harm I caused was already irreversible. It's all my fault, and there's nothing I can do about it now. What just happened here, everything he said, I need to reflect on it. I want to talk about it, but not now. Later, when I've had a chance to sort out my thoughts and emotions. Now let's loot everything. Alright, now we can go. Back to the Nexus. Anything to say about what just happened, Lamb? How do you feel about after the skirmish with Savamalek? If you mean my health, I'm as good as new. If you mean my head, it's empty now. Almost back to normal. I've forbidden myself from thinking about Savamalek and the mongrels. If I do, I'll go crazy. Life is an amazing thing. You try so hard to avoid what you're afraid of, and it gives you exactly that. I've always been afraid of being helpless, and now I'm here and my tribe's somewhere else, and it's unclear who I'll find when I return to them. I was afraid of being useless to a comrade in the moment of peril, and of course, that's exactly what happened. Well, you know, every cloud has a silver lining. I've been looking for my calling in this life, in this crusade, and I found it. It's my duty to protect my tribe and show Savamalek that he has no power over us, no matter what it costs me. Maybe what I do will have no impact on the wider struggle, but it's not like anyone cares about mongrels. But my fate is bound to my tribe. I'm sure Saul will make a cave drawing about it, and I'll be remembered as a very heroic stickman. Ruchelet, you want to talk about what happened? You wanted to talk about what happened at Demolchio's manor? Yes, I thought a lot about what he said, and then I understood. Wait, I think it would be easier to show you instead of trying to explain everything. Will you follow me into my dream again, please? Let's go. Thank you. Arushale's dream is filled with smoke. Cold, ghostly fire is devouring the dreams of others she has collected. Tears are flowing freely from her eyes, leaving faint trails on her soot-stained cheeks. Arushale? What's wrong? My dreams. It was all a mistake. Do you remember what we saw in Demalchio's mansion? What he said about the dreams coming true? Food, riches, the demise of his enemies. Desna asked me what I dreamed of. I tried to find an answer, I truly did. But look, are my dreams any different from the desires of demons? What's changed? What's the name of that bird that grabs everything shiny and carries it off to its nest? A goldfinch, right? I'm just like a thieving goldfinch that spies on people's dreams and hoards them away. But doing that hasn't changed me at all. Still the same greedy, cruel, lustful demon I've always been. Other demons don't dream. That's true, but this is my dream, and it's full of things the demons desire in reality. That's not true. You're not like other demons. You do good. I force myself to do good every day. I help mortals. I protect them from other demons. But can my actions change my inner nature at all? If I'm still a demon inside, then what does it matter? What if, without even knowing it, I'm simply ingratiating myself with you so I can seduce, betray, and murder you? I don't want to want that, but my black heart does. What are you going to do now? Now, I have to start anew. I still have my own dream. I will cleanse it of others' desires, and try to find my own. I was so happy to receive my own dreams, and now it's so difficult to get rid of it. Will you help me destroy all this? I fear I won't manage on my own.
Here we go.
Arushale's dream has been swallowed by the flames. Ribbons of smoke drift away, carried by an intangible wind. A black shadow lurks in the darkness, staring at you. This is Arushale's ineradicable nightmare. The succubus touches the table. The fire not only failed to destroy it, it somehow made the table even more real. Arushale studies it with a mix of sorrow and confusion. What's wrong with this stupid table? Why didn't it burn? Your nightmare didn't burn either. No, it didn't. That thing won't leave this place. Ever. What if this is a real dream? Your own dream, and not something you've overheard? This table? Is this what I dream of? Furniture? Think about it. Why this table? Why is it important? I don't know. I don't. It's just a table. Anevia's fresh bread used to be here, but now it's gone. Yet the table remains. What now? Is it truly the end of your dream? I don't know. Probably won't do anything yet. Everything is burned down, apart from my nightmare and this table. You know, I might just... No, that won't do. Or... I'm sorry, I need some time. Need some time alone to think about it and sort it out in my head. Can we discuss this in a few days? For now, let's just go back to the real world. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Okay, well, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all again some other time.